What's up, guys? It's your girl Felicia. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel. Now, listen, we're going to talk about purpose today, all right? And we're really going to talk about purpose today because a lot of people are walking around and they're not happy. They are tired of the everyday humdrum things that they're doing, and it's like there's gotta be something else. And here's the thing, we're hardwired to do what we know. We're hardwired to do what we're comfortable with, and we're hardwired to do what is the norm, right? But that's not necessarily fulfilling. And I'm a living example of living a life unfulfilled. Coming from the media space, where every day my job was to go on the air and wake up the city, motivate them, give them some encouragement to push forward through their day. And I would get off the air every single day and I would feel so empty. I would feel so unfulfilled. And I just could not figure out why there was so much unhappiness. Now, we ain't even going to talk about the money part because everybody knows there's really not a lot of money in that space. However, I felt like I was doing something that I loved, right? But then it dawned on me, maybe I was doing something that I loved doing, but the season was up where I was doing it. And sometimes we don't recognize that. We don't recognize when the seasons have changed and it's time for us to do something else. Because again, we're hardwired to do what we know. We're hardwired to do what we're comfortable with, right? Even when it puts us dangerously out of alignment with our true purpose. Think about it. Gracing stages, grabbing a microphone. That sounds like a dream, right? But when you're truly not operating from a space that that God gifted you with, right? Then it's time to do something different. And here's the thing, there's only so much motivating you can do in 60 seconds. There's only so much empowerment you can give in 60 seconds. And there's only so much impact you can make when you're doing 60-second sound bites. So I knew, coming from a speaker's background and, as a writer, I knew every single day I would go on the air knowing there's something more. But hey, we get addicted to what we're doing every single day. So I had to make the hard decision. I had to leave my job. I had to up and move to another city, tighten my circle, and really dive into God's plan for my life. So now here we are. All right. So how does this even apply to you? Well, again, if you're watching this video, you might be someone who's sitting there right now saying, hey, is this it? Is there more to what I'm supposed to be doing? Or how can I do more? And the way we can do that is by developing a plan for our purpose, a purpose plan. And one of the first things we've got to, now I've got 3 points, all right? So we're going to dive into the first one because I don't want to tarry. We're not gatekeeping. We are moving into our purpose with precision and boldness, all right? So the first thing we've got to do is we've got to clarify our calling. We've got to define what that why is because it's not about what you do. It's about why you're doing it. Who are you helping? Is this something that's making you come alive? Is this something that generationally is going to benefit your family and others? Okay. It can't all be about you, you know, and maybe that's what was going on with me in my last few years in the media space. I felt like what I was doing wasn't necessarily getting to the bone when it came to helping other people, because for me, my why is I want to see not just myself, but I want to see other people soar. I want to see other people truly walk in the gifts that God gave them, right? That's what I want. So we have to really clarify our calling. Why? Why are we doing it? And once we clarify what that calling is, we've got to write a statement. We've got to define that why statement. And I'll give you an example. Okay. Here's an action step that you can take. And this is just something that I wrote for myself. All right. Writing this purpose statement really is what started to turn everything around for me. And I actually wrote this statement right before I quit my job. Now, I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm just saying, write a purpose statement, okay? So here's my purpose statement. And it can just be one sentence. It doesn't have to be anything long. You don't have to write multiple paragraphs, but this is just something that's going to remind you every day that you can go back to make sure that you're still staying in alignment with your why. And here's mine. My purpose is to empower others to find their voice and boldly walk in their calling. That's that's my why. I want to help motivate other people to walk boldly in their calling, to amplify their voice, to stop sitting on their gifts. So your purpose statement might look different, but whatever it is, write it down. Start right there. All right. That was tip number one. Tip number two, create your purpose blueprint. Create a blueprint for what this looks like. How are you actually going to achieve this particular thing? Now, a lot of people will make a purpose statement and then really not put a plan together. But hey, that's not what we're doing, because from here on out, not only are we operating in our purpose, we are purposefully living in that purpose. All right. We are making intentional motion. So here's the action step. Write down 3 action steps that you can take that are in alignment with the first statement that you made. Now, that purpose statement that you made, whatever it is, the next thing you do is to write down 3 actionable steps that you can take to move forward towards that purpose. All right. And then number 3, we've got to execute with faith. We've got to believe that we can do it. We've got to move past the limitations. We've got to move past the doubt. We've got to move past the naysayers, even if it's don't share. Don't share with people what it is that you're about to do. You've just got to do it and have faith that this is it. And when you start focusing on that, that's where the energy is going to grow. You've heard that before. Where you speak life lives. What you give your energy and your time to, it grows. And it's actually true. When you start moving and walking in faith towards your action plan, towards that why, towards your purpose, just a whole new world begins to open up. Now you start to feel better about what you're doing. Now you're more satisfied. Now you're more satiated when it comes to your day. You can actually go to sleep at night and say, Lord, I thank you. I thank you for allowing me to walk in my purpose. Thank you for confirming that this is what I'm supposed to be doing each and every day from the time I get up until the time I lie down. And we've got to have faith that that is what we're supposed to be doing and to continue to do it, because let's face it, when we don't see instant results, another example. Just say, for instance, it's podcasting or it's YouTubing for you. When we don't see instant results, when we don't get the followers and the views and the traction, we tend to give up. We tend to say, well, maybe that's not it. We step away or we get afraid, and then we start reverting back to the things that we were doing before. And that's not faith. That's not a faith walk. That's not a faith walk. It's not a faith move. All right. So let's just go over real quick the 3 points again. We've got to clarify the calling. What is that why? Why are you doing it? And make that purpose statement. Second thing is we've got to create that blueprint. What are 3 actionable steps that you can take to move towards that purpose? And then thirdly, we've got to walk boldly and we've got to walk faithfully towards that purpose. Sounds simple, right? I know. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And that work starts with us. It starts with recognizing where we are. And we're most of you are already halfway there because again, you're getting up every day and you're going to whether it's a job or a situation that is either not serving you, you don't feel like you're satisfied, you don't feel like you're making the impact that you need, you don't feel like you're helping anybody at this point, you're pretty much just going through the motions. Well, if that's how you're feeling, don't feel disgruntled, don't feel discouraged. It just means that something, even if it's that feeling of dissatisfaction, that feeling of dissatisfaction might just be the thing that propels you towards your purpose. So, if I could recommend you do any one thing today, any one thing that you do after watching this video, it would be to clarify what that calling is and write down that purpose statement. Start right there. Start with writing that purpose statement, all right? Because it's probably going to change a lot of things. It's going to help you reimagine your life, and it doesn't matter the age. So, hey, don't think about that, because again, that was one of my things too. I was like, man, I'm in my 50s. How in the world am I going to now, change jobs, change careers, change states, change everything, leave where I've been for the last 15, 16, 17 years, leave family, leave friends, leave everything that I know. But I had to really be honest with myself. And I had to be honest about, okay, well, if I stay, am I truly walking in my purpose? If I continue to do what I'm doing right now, am I truly, honestly, am I being honest with not only myself, but the people that I'm talking to on the airwaves every day? And see, that was one of the biggest reasons that I had to make a shift because I did not feel like I was being honest with myself or anybody else. Because again, I'm coming on the air every day and I'm excited and I'm waking up the people and I'm like, yeah, get into your day, da, 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 da. But yet on the inside, I'm empty. So now what kind of energy am I projecting? I'm projecting empty energy. So that's a no-no. That's a no-no. So if you are out there and you're projecting empty energy, it's time to dial back. It's time to dial back and really figure out what that purpose is. Move towards that purpose, develop that purpose plan, and start living the life that you're meant to live. I love you guys. Subscribe on your way out. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments if you've been, on the fence about whether or not you're truly operating in your calling, or are you just going through the motions like I was for the last 3 to 5 years of my time in radio. So let me know. Good luck. Happy hunting. Let's move forward with purpose. Let's develop this plan and let's help others do the same thing. Because again, we can reimagine our lives. We really can. And we can do it at any age and at any stage. I love you guys. It's your girl Felicia, and I'm out.